So the golden opportunity is here if you are looking to buy Destined Rivals Elite Trainer boxes, and now is your chance to buy it at a hefty discount, about 30% off of the market according to TCG Player. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you should now know that Gamestop in the middle of the day yesterday actually started dropping pre-orders for Elite Trainer boxes for $99. Now, of course, it is over retail, so you are going to have to bite that bullet if you're okay with it. Now, the reason why I say it's a golden opportunity is because right now, we are getting toward the tail end of Destined Rivals. It came out in May 2025. Now, if you don't know anything about regulation marks, I'm going to bore you with some bottle knowledge, but I think it's pretty important. And with regulation marks, it pretty much just comes down to the playability of the set that's legal in the Pokemon trading card game. Now, with Destined Rivals, most of the cards in the set are regulation I. G just pretty much rotated out this past April. Those are sets like 151, Scarlet Violet Base, Paldea Evolved. We also had Paldea and Fates, and then Regulation H, which is going to be next April, is going to be sets like Shrouded Fable. We got Stellar Crown, Surging Sparks. What is the other one? Twilight Masquerade, stuff like that. So technically, Destined Rivals does have an extra year on its life cycle to be printed for legal purposes. But I really doubt that Pokemon Company is going to work on printing ETBs of Destined Rivals, a 3-year-old set at that point, as we get to the tail end of 2027, because they're going to be working on pretty much every new set since then. They're going to be doing the 30th anniversary, as well as they're going to be doing Gen 10, which is probably going to be in the late 2027, early 2028. So especially with ETBs, which are a very bulky product, they're probably going to be working on all their new stuff. If anything, they might just have booster bundles, but I highly doubt that as well. So despite that extra year, I really doubt they're going to continue focusing on Destined Rivals. It's going to be phased out at that point. In my opinion, unless you're buying Target and Walmart, you're probably never going to get it at retail or a little over retail, because Walmart already sells it for about $70 anyway, and Target drops are usually at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And if you're a full-time employee, you're probably sleeping at that time and don't have any time to waste to be doing that. So when I got off work yesterday, I went to GameStop. I was able to pre-order 2 of the Elite Trainer boxes for $99 each. Now, they do have a requirement for you to pay it all up front. So it's 100% deposit. But again, if market's $140 and it's $99, I think it's a good steal at this point, because you're probably, like a normal person, aren't going to be able to get it at retail stores because you just don't have the time. And I'm not going to waste my time trying to find it because, again, it's pretty much taken a nosedive over the last 3 months. I think it was around like April to where they topped off around like a $240. Maybe $250, I think, for like an Elite Trainer box, which is really fucking high in my opinion. And now that they've been reprinting the hell out of it, it's going to continue to drop until we find a bottom, which, depending on how long the GameStop pre-orders last and these reprints last through Walmart and Target, we're probably going to get pretty close to like maybe 120 might be the bottom line. Now, come on, it's an iconic box. It looks amazing. I mean, look at that. Giovanni Mewtwo. The color accent is just perfect. I believe it's going to be one of the better sets to go ahead and buy as of right now. And so if you have the chance and opportunity to stop at a GameStop, I would suggest it'd probably be a good idea to do it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, because another person that's local to me is actually doing 100% trades for singles into Destined Rivals, because apparently they bought it at 170, 175 from a scalper, a bot, or whatever. He's trying to get out of that and just get some singles that are a little bit more stable for him. So I'm going to be meeting him up on the weekend to try to get a few more for myself. I'm trying to at least get up to about a case worth of Destined Rivals, so that way I have like a very steady amount for me, like just for long term. Of course, I'm not an expert. I'm just providing my opinion and also just like some historical data of what Destined Rivals has done, because it's a very loved set. Everybody was super hyped when it came out. I love the set. The cards aren't spectacular, but I do love the artwork. I love pretty much the callback to Team Rocket. It was one of my favorite sets growing up. So I am happy to acquire more of these, because just the artwork on it is just fantastic. It's a beautiful display piece pretty much. So I think going forward, it's going to be one of the most desirable ETBs that are out there. And again, just for like long-term performance, it topped off again at like over $240. That's very, very high for a very modern ETB. Given that the time period that it's printed in, because the booster boxes didn't really get much of a print run, it was very limited. They didn't do very much, and I think they probably ended that sometime last year. Elite Trainer box is going to be pretty much the next best thing. especially because the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, you were only able to order one. I think that was the only time they did that because I think just the hype for the set was just so high. So only one Pokemon Center ETB per person when they were able to be ordered. Of course, botters will take advantage of that situation. But for us regular folks, for the peasants out there, we only get this one. And this is going to be the next best thing for you to grab. I actually like the black with the red R versus the inverted color for the Pokemon Center one. So in my opinion, I like this one better anyway because I think it just looks nicer. But as far as Destined Rivals goes and building your position into something like this, the Elite Trainer boxes is probably going to be the best thing for you to go with. And that just kind of follows through with these big sell-offs. People, if you have these Elite Trainer boxes, you bought them at $240, you should not be fucking selling these. You should be holding on to them, bite the bullet, and just take it for a ride, okay? If you need $100, if $100 loss to you is that bad, you probably shouldn't be buying this shit in the first place. So that's on you. Now, if you want to sell your bags, feel free to reach out to me, DM me on here or my Instagram, @PokeBaron. I will be happy to lowball you. I'll give you 75 to 80% market, depending on how many you have. So just let me know what you got, and I will take them off your hands because I think this is a no-brainer move. And if you sleep on it, I mean, that's your loss, honestly. Now, if you want to be a total simp, you can buy Prismatic at market. You can buy Ascended Heroes at market. I don't give a damn. You can do whatever you want. Of course, if you can get it at retail for those two sets, whatever. Props to you. But my money is going to be on Destined Rivals right now because it is a phenomenal artwork, beautiful display piece, and I think it's just going to be one of those sets that just goes down as one of the best that came out. Whether the cards in the set do well long term, that's to be determined. The Mewtwo is, it's kind of like a mixed bag, but again, for a collectability standpoint, it is going to be the premier option for Scarlet and Violet. And as purchase proof, I will be showing a video of me actually buying the rest of them when I get them, hopefully this weekend, if he still has them. As of yesterday, he did say he still had quite a bit, so I am going to be securing as many as I can. Otherwise, that's about all I had for today. Short little rant today, short little video. All my sealed stuff that I have available is on the pokemoninvesting.com, so please shop my store. It's not a lot. It's just what I have as of right now. I haven't really bought much collections at vendor shows and I haven't been at one in the last few weeks, so things are a little bit thin, but that would be great if you can support me. That'd be awesome. Also, like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content, and let me know what you're doing with Destined Rivals. Is this something that you're looking forward to getting into, or are you just kind of staying away, just given the fact that they're selling it for $100 and it's still a little bit too high? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time.